Shepard's cabin was cold. It had been nearly a week since the incident at the Crucible. Since she had... Garrus sucked in a breath and leaned back against his couch, bringing up a dextro beer to his lips and taking a long swig. The liquid burned the back of his throat and made his eyes water, but it was better than thinking about her. His side still hurt, 3 broken ribs and a fracture below the knee. But he could have gone on. He should have been by her side. Garrus placed his beer down and stared at Shepard's computer. Pictures faded in and out of the crew. One where she was on Earth, sunshine gold hair flowing in the wind, and a smile plastered on her face as she had her practice rifle lifted in the air in victory. It fades into another and she's a bit older now. Her hair is cut short around her shoulders and she has an arm wrapped around Tali. He wonders, had Tali been suffering as much as he had? Then he feels his breath freeze in his lungs. It's the picture where they're all in the Citadel. Javik and Liara in the back, giving each other curious smiles that hold promises. James is giving Joker bunny ears as he's trying to wrap his arms around Edie. But then there's himself and Shepard. She's sitting beside him, her hand in his. She should have been looking at the camera, but her gaze is on him, with his own eyes on hers. And she's doing it again, giving him that smile that makes his heart do jumps and thumps a little harder than it should. Garrus remembered the scene well. He wishes he could go back and relive it, if even for a moment, just to hear her laugh again, just before all this hell and death came upon them. It's not until he hears a knock on the door that he realizes he'd been crying. He straightens himself and wipes the tears from his eyes, clearing his throat as he chokes out, "Come in." The door opens and it's Tali. She stops for a moment and looks at him before finally going to his side, resting a hand on his shoulder.
We found this in Shepard's locker. It was addressed to you."
She laid the letter on the table in front of him. If Garrus hadn't spent time practicing to read human English, he would have been troubled to try and read it. Thankfully, that wouldn't be a problem through all the tears.
"Thank you, Tali,"
Garrus whispered, not moving from his position. Tali was quiet for a moment before moving to wrap her arms around him.
"I miss her too,"
Tali whispered in a broken voice. She then pulled away from him and made her way out of the cabin. It was just Garrus and Shepard's bastard letter now. He wasn't sure how long he stared at it. It might have been 2 or 3 hours, but he didn't care. Time seemed meaningless without knowing if Shepard was alive. Eventually, he reached out and tore it open, a sense of dread washing over him at the thought of what it might say. His mind went to her face out on the battlefield. Max Shepard had never looked more beautiful than she had at that moment, an angel tossed into hell. With that thought, he began to read.
"Garrus, I've tried writing this letter 100 times in the last 24 hours. Every time I can't find the right words I need to say. It always ends up sounding weird or, well, you know what I mean. I'm going to be honest. I'm scared. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can save an entire galaxy by myself. Everyone is counting on me. We either stop them now or else they'll just keep coming back. I don't want anyone else to suffer what we've been through. But at the end of the day, when I think about it, I'm not really alone. I have you. You've been with me nearly since the beginning. I just want you to know that I couldn't have done any of this without you. I trust you more than anyone else in this entire galaxy, and I love you, Garrus Vicarian. I always have. There is no Shepard without Vicarian. So with my final command, should I perish in battle, I name you Commander of the Normandy. May your voyages be safe and your command be better than mine. M. Shepard."
Did he just read that right? His whole body felt cold. Why would she do this to him? Why? The galaxy seemed far too empty without her. Garrus had always told her he wanted to grab his own ship, maybe fly them both somewhere warm and tropical, adopt a few kids. But now all those dreams were shattered. Nearly all the planets were in a state of panic and disaster, and she thought he would be a decent replacement for the role she filled? A lump formed in the back of his throat, but he forced a broken smile. Part of him hoped, knew she wasn't dead. Maybe she was out there somewhere, surviving on a ruined Earth, and Garrus would be the one to bring her home.
"I'm not giving up on you yet, Shepard,"